Hey there, detectives. Today, we're going to put on our thinking caps and crack the code of a really special kind of number, the perfect cube. So, what are its secrets? Well, let's find out together.
So, let's just dive right into the central mystery. In the whole world of numbers, what is it that makes a cube, well, perfect? It sounds kind of fancy, right? To get to the bottom of it, we have to start with our very first clue.
All right, first things first. What even is a cube? It's actually pretty simple. It's just any number multiplied by itself 3 times. So, for example, you take the number 2. You go 2 times 2, and then times 2 again, and boom, you get 8. And that's what we call 2 cubed.
And this works for any whole number you can think of. 1 cubed? That just stays 1. 3 cubed? Well, that gets you 27. And if you take 10 and cube it, you get 1,000. It's kind of like you're building a number in 3 dimensions, making a little geometric cube out of it.
And that, right there, solves our first mystery. A perfect cube is just the final answer you get from that process. So numbers like 1, or 8, or 27, or 64, all the results you get from cubing a whole number, those are your perfect cubes. Simple as that.
Okay, but here's where the real detective work comes in. Let's say I just give you a random number, like 216. How can you know for sure if it's a perfect cube without just guessing? There's got to be a test, right? A secret method? And you bet there is.
And here it is, the big secret. I like to call it the triplet rule. And the logic is actually super straightforward. A number is a perfect cube only if its prime factors, its most basic DNA, can all be sorted into perfect little teams of 3. Triplets.
Let's try this out on our suspect, 216. First step, we break it all the way down into its prime factors. Turns out it's made of 3 2s and 3 3s. Now, we just look for our triplets. And would you look at that? We have a perfect triplet of 2s right here and a perfect triplet of 3s right here. No numbers are left out. That means 216 is 100% a perfect cube. Case closed.
So here's the absolute key takeaway. If you break a number down and there's even one factor left hanging without a full team of 3, then it is not a perfect cube. No triplets, no perfection. It's really that simple.
All right, now that we've got our master key, the triplet rule, let's fill up our detective's toolkit with some more gadgets. These are some quick clues you can use to spot a potential perfect cube from a mile away.
So our first tool is all about the last digit. Some numbers are just super predictable. Any number ending in a 1 will always have a cube that also ends in 1. Same thing goes for 4, 5, 6, and 9. Cube them and they just end with themselves. Easy peasy.
But the other numbers, they have this cool thing I call a buddy system. Let's look at 2 and 8. Any number ending in a 2 is going to have a cube that ends in an 8. And, you guessed it, any number ending in 8 has a cube that ends in 2. They just swap. Like 2 cubed is 8, and 8 cubed is 512. See that? They're buddies.
And the exact same buddy system works for 3 and 7. A number ending in 3 will have a cube ending in 7, like how 3 cubed is 27. And a number ending in 7 gets you a cube ending in 3, like 7 cubed is 343. This is a fantastic little mental shortcut to have.
And now for probably the easiest clue in the entire toolkit, the odd and even rule. This one never ever fails. The cube of an even number is always going to be even, and the cube of an odd number is always going to be odd. So if someone tries to tell you that 125 is the cube of an even number, you'll know instantly that's impossible.
Okay, so we've figured out how to build cubes up and how to test if they're legit. Now for the ultimate detective challenge. Starting with the perfect cube and working our way backwards to find out where it came from, its root.
This whole process is called finding the cube root. It's literally the reverse of cubing a number. We're asking, okay, what number did we multiply by itself 3 times to get this result? So the cube root of 27, for example, is 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27.
So how do we actually find the root? Well, we use our favorite tool, the triplet rule, just backwards. Step 1, break the number down to its prime factors. Step 2, group them into triplets. Then, and listen up, this is the key part, from each of those triplets, you only take one number, just one. Multiply those chosen numbers together, and that's it. You've found the cube root.
So really, the main thing to remember from all of this is that whether you're building a number up into a perfect cube or you're breaking it back down to find its root, the entire secret, the whole trick, it all comes down to one thing: finding those prime factor triplets.
And with that, I'm going to leave you with one final case to solve yourself. Imagine a number's factors are 7 times 7. It's not quite perfect, is it? Based on our triplet rule, what's the one single factor it's missing to become a perfect cube? I bet you know the answer. Thanks for cracking the code with me today.